What is going on, everybody? I'm Squiggo Joe here with DeFi Sean, and today we have another Infinaeon Friday. Really appreciate everybody coming on nice and early. We got a lot of things going on today, so we had to move this a little bit up. But guys, we're here with a lot of information for you for Infinaeon Friday. You guys have any questions? Make sure to wait to the end, and we'll answer any and all questions you guys have. Of course, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and put that bad boy on all to be notified whenever we do have our live streams.
All right, what is going on, everyone? And it is a very exciting day. Unfortunately, I have a lot going on this afternoon, so we're going to keep this episode to about 30 minutes. But with that being said, we have tons of news coming out. This is the episode that everyone's probably been waiting for 6 months now? Very exciting times ahead of us, like I said earlier. But first up, we are going to announce what everyone's been waiting for, and that is our flagship products announcement date, which is Lunar Pump. But Joe, if you want to go ahead. Get it going. As you guys can see, March 26th, it is right around the corner. 19 days from now, we will be getting Lunar Pump going completely live. And of course, this is what we've been waiting for. We've been working in the background, like we always say, with the blockchain, getting some bugs worked out, getting everything ready for this moment in time. Just talking to Joe about it, this is going to be the point where we take it to the next level, where myself, Joe, all of our partners, we really start pushing this to the masses, as Lunar Pump can potentially be even a bigger revenue source than the blockchain itself. So it's a really big deal. Of course, revenue funds from that, like we do with everything else, will be getting kicked back within the ecosystem. So again, it's going to be something that the crypto community just never sees, where the products itself gives back. Now, with that said, let's go over a little bit more of exactly what's going to happen with Lunar Pump. So with this going right here, we're going to be going into full testing mode here, probably about a week and a half to get ready for that launch on March 26th. So we have our pad right here. Of course, everyone already knows, of course, you're going to be able to launch on Infinaeon. I know there's already been people talking about launching stuff on Infinaeon amongst some other chains as well. We have Base, like we always say. We have Binance, which kind of good time. Binance with Captain BNB and a couple other tokens are kind of having some fun right now. Easily going to be able to launch those tokens. Then as far as our platform goes, you know, the biggest thing that Pump Fund gets hate for is, I guess you can say, the greed. The devs behind it are cashing out millions and millions of dollars, sometimes per day, but definitely per month. And, you know, the users are kind of getting hit with that. They're operating on the platform. Now, while the platform Pump Fund itself isn't rug pulling per se or doing anything like that, they are allowing other tokens to do it on it. So with our platform, we're going to make it like we do with everything else, to where everything just kind of goes back into a circle. So developers and users alike are going to be incentivized to use our platform. Developers, in a sense, are actually going to be paid for getting their tokens bonded. So they're actually going to have incentives to get those tokens bonded every single time that they launch a token within our platform. Hopefully it'll lead to a much higher bonding rate than Pump Fund, but also users are going to have multiple different ways, which probably next Infinaeon on Friday, we'll make sure we have it ready to go ahead to announce those incentives of how users will actually benefit. So if you're using the Lunar Pump platform, there's a chance that you can go ahead and make money actually just for using the platform. So as far as V2 goes, right after V1 launches, we're going to get started working on V2, which is going to be AVAX, Arbitrum, Matic, and some smaller chains, probably like BitRock. So We're going to have about 6, 7, or maybe 8 chains available within Lunar Pump that you can go ahead and launch on. We're going to be pivoting to YouTube embedding, so videos will be allowed for anyone that wants to hop on a YouTube live within Lunar Pump and go ahead and push their token. There'll also be a staking protocol that we're going to be working on integrating that you'll actually be able to earn. I'm not ready for a full description of it, but to kind of simplify it, when you have a token that you're cooperating with or that you're trying to get to bind, you actually have an option to stake those tokens, and you'll actually get a kickback of the fees generated on the platform for staking that token to help it get to that bonding curve. So there's a couple of different really cool options. Again, that'll be a second revenue source for the users potentially that we're going to be playing around with. Another really cool thing that we're going to be doing, Joe, you honestly might not even know about this. So this might be news to you. So with this platform, obviously people will be here on the homepage. You'll be able to play around. But we also wanted an area, not necessarily just in a Telegram, for people to go ahead and communicate. So we actually had an X-style platform built for Lunar Pump. So as you can see, it's not much different than X, and it's going to be strictly based around Lunar Pump. You're going to get in, create an account just like X. You can go ahead and hit trade, which will bring it to our Lunar Pump platform. You can explore. There's going to be groups. They're going to have chats. Really cool platform. So we'll actually have a whole X-style platform for people to go ahead and hop on. This will pretty much guaranteed be live day one, the web version that you're looking at, but we're also going to be coming with this platform to Google Play and Apple App Store. So that's really, really cool. As we move on, as you can see right here, when you hit trade, this will take you to the platform. Obviously, when it comes to Web3 products within the Apple App Store in particular, it gets a little bit trickier to operate. But we do have someone that built us the app that has a lot of connections to Apple and different things like that. And it is possible. It's just a matter of getting that paperwork done. So we do want to make sure we have a full-blown app at some point. I know Pump Fund has done it, so we know it's possible. I know Apple doesn't do a precedent thing. So just because Pump Fund was able to do it doesn't just automatically mean that we'll be able to do it. But I think we do have the connections that we'll be able to get that paperwork done and get everything done appropriately so that Lunar Pump could have its very own app outside of just a social media site. So to clarify, the social media site, that's going to be coming soon. That's going to be live pretty much day one. Getting this going, because it's not a Web3 product, is super easy. It's not going to be considered a DEX or anything like that. So this will be easily live on Apple App Store and Google Play. I'm talking about getting the full Web3 integrated into the app. It'll be something that won't be available day one, but something that we are going to be concentrating on heavily. Also, again, we've said it before, when it comes to Lunar Pump, this is just the surface. This launch of this product, again, is just the beginning of our journey with Lunar Pump and Infinaeon kind of together, but we have a lot of bigger plans for Lunar Pump that we'll announce within the coming weeks, probably after launch, to tell you exactly what we're going to be doing with it and exactly how the user base and the holder base will be able to benefit from it as well. Also, Matt, correct me if I'm wrong. I know you're here. I saw you mocking us for being late as usual. But we have Operation Phoenix and V1 pre-salers. We had Mark was up all night working his normal hours. I believe he has 75% of V2 done. He ran out of gas money, and unfortunately, by the time we got him the rest of the gas money, he had definitely gone to sleep. He should probably be up any time now. So we're expecting the rest of V2 and V3 airdrops to be done today is the expectations. Once that's done, we will then turn around to setting up the staking. The staking is done. The staking's actually been done for a couple of months now. It's just a matter of Mark getting it stood up so that people can go ahead and start staking and really start hopefully getting some good transactions going on the blockchain. Also, for people that want to know what their holdings are, maybe they don't have time to download Infinaeon, or maybe even don't want to download Infinaeon, which again is fine. We're not going to make anyone do it. You can hop on over to our Explorer at explorer.infinaeon.com. And you can just go ahead and enter your wallet address, just like you want a BSC scan or Ether scan, and that'll actually show your holdings within that wallet. And since we're launching on ETH mainnet, you never technically have to add the Infinion blockchain to take part in the native token launch. So just keep that in mind. It's a very easy way to see your holdings without going through the process, whether it be you don't have time or, again, you just don't want too. And yeah, that's the update on Lunar Pump. Now for the second phase of the news, which again, this is something that everyone's been waiting on for even longer, obviously, than Lunar Pump. And before we go ahead and start this, we got about 15 to 17 minutes left. So any questions that you have, definitely go ahead and start getting those questions ready so that we can get it going. But Joe, if you want to go ahead, play that next video. All right, there we have it. Next date is April 22nd, which is a few weeks past Q1, but we thought it was very important that we separate Lunar Pump and Infinaeon. We didn't want those things launching back to back because we're going to be paying a lot of attention to the launch of Lunar Pump, getting it marketed, getting people using it, getting that revenue generated. Also, may even have some serious revenue generated for that launch of the Infinaeon and native token. So that's kind of why we spread it out like that. So we are going to have a very big March and a very big April over here at Infinaeon. I already see a quick question real quick, which I actually meant to touch on as far as the NFTs. Matt, you can even, if you have it readily available, I'm not sure if you're at work, if you want to drop the wallet that holds the money generated within the blockchain. Obviously, we haven't started pushing it to the masses yet. So there's a minimum amount of fees that have been generated. None of those fees have been touched. They're just sitting in that wallet. It was very important that we got through Lunar Pump and the airdrops and getting the token launch ready before we transition to the NFTs, being that there's not a major amount of funds there to be sent out. So with that being said, March checklist just significantly is getting a lot off his plate with the airdrops. So we'll be able to get those NFTs out in the platform ready for you to go ahead and claim prior to everything launching, because Lunar Pump goes as expected. That 5% will probably start building up pretty fast that you're getting from not only the blockchain fees, but the 5% that you are also getting from Lunar Pump as well, because we are expecting Lunar Pump to move a lot faster than what Infinaeon itself is moving. So funds are safe. They're sitting in there, never been touched. So everyone that holds NFTs, everyone's going to get the funds that are coming to them. It's not going to start when you get the NFTs. They will continue to be collected for when that airdrop takes place, just so everyone's just well aware of it. And Matt did just go ahead and put it, that is the fee splitter. So all fees collected within the blockchain get sent to this. From here, it'll get distributed to the NFTs or wherever those funds have to go, 5% to the NFTs, 40% or whatever it is. I don't have the percentage right in front of me, to the native token buying and burning and all that fun stuff. But for anyone that wants to check it out for transparency, to see the funds, they will be right here, and they will, again, stay here until you get your NFTs.
Got a question from Space Cat. He says, when will the airdrop for the state tokens be completed, and what is the timeline for V2 and the V3 pre-sale airdrops?
We're expecting hopefully to be done this afternoon. Like I said earlier, you might have missed it. Mark got about 75% of the way through the V2 airdrops at around 6 or 7 a.m. He just needed more gas money. By the time we got him the gas money, he was already sleeping. This is honestly about the time that he gets online. So we are expecting it to get done today. So as long as Mark gets it done, it will get done today. Staking probably won't be up today. I could be wrong. But if it does get dropped today, we'll definitely let you know. Mark said there's not much to do because, again, the platform itself has been built out for months now. It's just a matter of getting it stood up and ready to go.
Alrighty. Not many questions. She's next. Is there a love it button?
We do need that. We do need to add a love it button. So yeah, everyone, I guess, is content now. They know their dates. They're getting ready to go. Also, Obviously, never financial advice, not telling anyone to do it. But now that you're getting your airdrop, you know where you stand. As of right now, we'll confirm this. We'll probably, I had a quick phone call this morning. We'll probably cut off the pre-sale on April 18th or 19th. We'll confirm that date. We'll have an exact time and date that the pre-sale is going to cut off. We can't obviously run it until the 22nd. We need time for those final people that get in to make sure that they're correctly airdrop their tokens and all that fun stuff. So be on the lookout. It'll probably be April 18th. So you have roughly 5.5 to 6 weeks-ish to go ahead and, again, hit your goals. I know people have already been chatting, talking about it in the chat. I saw some people say they wanted 150,000 more tokens, 35,000 more tokens. So you got about 5.5, 6 weeks to go ahead and get that done. There is still a promo code of the 60%, INF60. Not sure how many's left. If I had to guess, it's at least halfway through. Remember, 60% is the highest we're going to do. I mean, I'm not sure, maybe 50% next, but 60% is the highest that that we're ever going to do once these last few run out, just so everyone's aware of that. But yeah, guys, any other questions that you have, go ahead and let us know. And I was actually telling Joe too, we Bitcoin 2025 is coming up at the end of May, 27th through 29th. I actually just applied for all of our press passes via Crypto on Cause Investors. I mean, we are influencers via our YouTube channels, our Twitter, now my podcast. If you haven't checked that out, highly recommend you go check out Crypto Over Red Bull. And yeah, hopefully we'll be at Bitcoin 2025. I know me, Joe, Matt, Merck, one of our behind the scene partners, will be there. Yeah, we'll be excited for anyone else too that wants to go out there. Mike is afraid of flying, so unfortunately he will not be here. Is Mike even here right now? I feel like I haven't been talking.
Mr. B asks, will we list safe win on our swap? I mean, that's a complicated question because you got what? The old safe moon, which is unswappable, I believe. And then all the Solana safe moons that dump almost immediately afterwards. Some last a little bit longer, then dump afterwards. There's no stable safe moon because safe moon, every safe moon that is the Solana ones are just pump and dumps. They're just there to take your money. There's no utility. The original safe moon had utility, but the team was stealing. And then the current safe moon that's legally owned by the VFX Foundation doesn't really have any utility. It's just buy me bro tokens. So there's nothing, there's no like real grounded safe moon that's safe, that has utility, that's doing anything. So no, the answer is going to be no. Oh, Sean.
Never say no. If you want to go ahead and launch Infinaeon on the Infinaeon network via Lunar Pump, I mean, it's a decentralized platform. You're free to do it. Just be aware, we know firsthand. I've gotten legal notices in the mail from SafeMoon when we launched Operation Phoenix. So be well aware they may come after you. So yeah, just want to throw that out there. I don't know if I've ever shared that, but yeah, when we launched Operation Phoenix, I got a letter from SafeMoon's lawyer about our logo in particular that we had.
Can I launch Coroni token?
That you can launch. I'm pretty sure he's not trademarked.
If you don't rug pull it immediately, you're not really doing a Coroni token way. But Mike's right, and Sean's right. If you launch Anon, you can launch whatever you want. You can literally launch Dogecoin on, and we're not saying to do this, by the way, not financial advice, but you can launch, it's decentralized. You can launch whatever you want. We have no control over what you choose to do. If it's successful, hey, that's on you. Okay, hopefully it is, because we want successful tokens launching with us. That's like the goal, that's what we want to happen. So yeah, we'd be really appreciative if you launch something and it does really well, because one, it benefits the entire ecosystem, starting with you, obviously, for launching a token. So you can launch whatever you want.
For nostalgia purposes, I'll go ahead and buy me some SafeMoon. And like Mike said, if you're anonymous, hey, you know nothing will ever come to it. I mean, because of my my platforms, I'm doxxed. I have my YouTube channel. I'm not probably hard to find. They obviously found me. Yeah, unprompted, just got that letter in the mail.
Yeah, I got it. I think I got the email. I'm not sure if I got a letter, but I definitely got an email as well.
I don't think they can find. They must not have been able to find my email. I don't know. They definitely mailed it to me though.
Yeah, it's and once again, this is something that I'd rather buy Safe Moon on Infinion because I know it's at least safe rather than any other platform from any other person claiming to do anything other than they're just gonna slow rug. At least if it's on Infinion, I go, well, at the worst, it benefits the entire ecosystem. So there's no wrong answers here. Why not?
But yeah, that'd be fun. Like I said, I'm all for it. We definitely can't do it, nor not because they can, but I definitely wouldn't want to do it just because of those issues. But yeah, if someone wants to anonymously get on Lunar Pump and launch Safe Moon, you can do it for next to nothing, just gas fees. For the record, though, you'll see it when you're launching. I want to say our fees are a tad bit higher. I want to say you can launch on Pump Fund. Matt, correct me on this if I'm wrong, for a few dollars or maybe even less. Ours is going to be a little bit more. I think ours is actually going to be about $5 or $10 more, or $5 or $10 to actually launch a token, just to kind of stop spam launching from happening, if I'm not mistaken. But Matt, you might be able to correct me on that if I'm wrong.
I got a couple of questions, but these two are kind of the same from Joshua. He says the mid 6 million maxi stake tokens will be addressed today, along with the V1 and V2. And then once again, FDS says the same thing. And then thoughts about the 60% as well.
So yes, everything should be addressed today to answer the first question. Matt, correct me if I'm wrong again. You're the guy for this. With the OPX, they get 42% is what they got, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was 42% you should go off of if you were in the stake maxi pool. Yep. Which is what we're doing that. We're doing that on purpose. That those funds are actually going to be, I believe, if I'm saying this right, are actually going to be what's used to run the servers and everything. So it actually doesn't dip into the actual revenue that we're producing. So we kind of accomplish two things. We get all the servers and everything needed to run the site, because it's a huge product that we built with Lunar Pump. And also it stops, spam launches from happening, being that it's a little bit more expensive.
Space Cat says, it doesn't matter to me. I use one of the wallets for people that just use Trust Wallet. Are you in the process of working with Trust Wallet that Infinion accepted to show up in the wallet?
Yes. It hasn't been the easiest thing to get in touch with them to do it, but yes, that is definitely on the to-do list. I know that we're at least halfway through our own wallet, which again, a lot of people are going to want Trust Wallet. But yeah, we are almost halfway through our own wallet in the meantime. And I'm not gonna lie, I used to be one of those people that only use Trust Wallet, and I now never use Trust Wallet. I use SafePal for all my EVM, and I use Phantom for all my Solana. So I don't even use Trust Wallet anymore. But with that being said, we do know that a high percentage of people within crypto use Trust Wallet, so it is on the roadmap of things that we need to get done.
Guys, we're going to be winding it down, answering a final question. So if you had any last questions, ask us right now, because we're going to be ending it soon. Post Point says, is there any type of rug pull prevention mechanism on Lunar Pump?
So remember, it's a decentralized product, just like Infinion, just like anything else. Is a traditional rug pull where the devs go in there and they just snatch the LP. That's 100% not possible. As you can see, let's come back to Lunar Pump up. So as you can see, when you launch, no pre-sale, no team allocations, LP burn. So when you launch a token on Lunar Pump, all the tokens go into the LP. You can't set aside any tokens back for you or yourself or anyone. And then the LP will be burned. Now, here's where you have to look out for. When a token launches, they're able, with the dev wallet, to be able to buy. So you want to watch and see how many tokens people buy. So if that dev wallet buys like 60% of the supply when they go ahead and launch, probably a bad sign that once thing fills, especially if it gets bonded, they'll go ahead and dump. So while we can't prevent rug pulls, it's just very important for the user to understand what to look for. And again, Matt can give more advice on this, being the dev. But the biggest thing, in my opinion, to look for is how much percent does that dev wallet buy. The less, the better, because again, that's the potential more that they have to dump on the community, because they can't do just a traditional rug pull by pulling the LP, being that it's burned, but they could buy a big portion of the supply to dump it. So just pay attention to that. We're also coming up with some other potential ideas to minimize that and kind of give options for people to not buy or different things like that, and almost be like a selling point. Like, hey, we launched no dev tokens bought, different things like that. So while we can never fully rug proof it, we're coming up with different ideas because we want those different things to set us aside from Pump Fund, with giving back to the developers, giving back to the community and the user base, and different things like that. The staking protocol, which I'm not sure if Pump Fund does that, which is a really cool part of it, which I actually can't wait for that part of it to be live. It'll probably help a lot of tokens bond, and it'll also pay the users that are operating on the platform for staking those tokens. So it's a win-win situation.
Infinaeon Jim says, can you limit buy amounts on the platform?
Again, you're going back to the decentralized side of it, but let me get back with Matt about that question. If there's going to be any kind of thing like that put in.
Yeah, once again, guys, we'll have questions answered. If any more questions, hop on the Infinaeon Telegram. Of course, guys, we have Infinaeon Friday every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So get ready for next Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll have another Infinaeon Friday. So make sure to save your questions throughout that. Oh, once again, like I said, ask on the Infinaeon Telegram. I'm Screwgo Joe, DeFi Sean. I'll see you guys on the moon.
Hello, Moon Boy. Fantasizing about going to the moon again, eh? Have you ever put any thought into how to actually get there? I mean, you are called Moon Boy after all. Shouldn't you maybe go to the moon every once in a while? You've had an idea? And it's going to get you to the moon? Well, it sounds like you need an epic montage.